helping make your life easier. Moms Every Day.
People deserve to have safe, decent, sanitary, and affordable housing. The Nebraska Housing Developers Association can be your one-stop shop to answer your questions. Danelle Hill is here to tell us about housing programs and services. Nice to see you.
You too.
Yeah, so what is the Nebraska Affordable Housing Trust Fund?
It is a state resource that was developed back in the late 90s to respond to Nebraska's housing needs. So much of the federal resources, A, were dwindling, or B, had so much red tape involved, we needed a more flexible tool we could use.
Okay, well, cite some examples of community growth being hindered, maybe by the lack of affordable housing.
Yeah, I just visited some folks up in Schuyler recently, and they're a rural community that actually is experiencing population growth, you know, whereas a lot of rural communities are not. And they have good business, good industry, but they don't have a good stock of housing. You know, the existing housing is pretty run down and needs rehab, and the new construction has been limited pretty much to the high school construction teacher and his class.
Oh, really?
Building a house a year for the last 15 years or so. But that's one community. McCook, Nebraska is another one that has great business, but most of their people that work there have to come from outside of McCook because there's just, And so there's tons of communities that just, for lack of affordable housing, it stymies their business growth. You know, they can't expand if you don't have your workforce, and your workforce doesn't have a place to sleep.
Right. Well, how can we share or maybe even shape public policy to protect, preserve, and maybe grow resources?
Well, one thing is anybody that believes that affordable housing is a basic human need, a necessity, you know, you can speak to your senators, you can become more informed, you can join the association. There's a lot of things that people can do to be aware and then speak up. If you're one of the people that needs housing, speak to your senator, speak to your policymakers. If you're a community like Schuyler or McCook or many others that are experiencing that barrier to growth, you know, again, speak to your city council, your village board, what have you, and your legislators, but let people help create the awareness that there is a huge housing need in Nebraska.
Thank you for being here and for sharing that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and for more information on Nebraska Housing Developers Association, visit momseveryday.com or download the Moms Everyday app.
Visit Moms Every Day online or on the go through our Moms Every Day app. Download it today to find local solutions for you and your family.